How did you get on this path?
How did I get on this path? I got on this path as I think my soul, I think I was born connected to horses. And it wasn't because I grew up on a ranch. I grew up in urban Los Angeles in the entertainment business. And I was not surrounded by horses. But I was absolutely obsessed with horses. And I found a way, city girl with a country heart, I found a way to be with horses and to find a way to get lessons and hang around anybody. I used to hitchhike. Now, this was years ago. Little kids shouldn't be hitchhiking. But I used to hitchhike, 40 miles away from my house to watch, just people take lessons. And one of my friend's mothers adopted a Mustang, I don't know. This is 30 years ago. And I was fascinated with it. So I how you think you're born with knowledge and you're born with a mission and a divine purpose. My divine purpose has always been horses, but it took me a while to get it to sort it out because it wasn't right in front of me. I didn't have any mentors. I didn't understand what a woman would do with horses besides own one. I saw no professional mentorship. I saw veterinarians, I saw jockeys, and I saw the horse trainers, which looked like some old crunchy guy with a half-chewed cigar and a cap crooked on his hat, with an Irish accent yelling, and that was the horse trainer guy. And so I didn't see where I would fit. So it took me a while to put two and two together. But what I went on, the long story short is I went on a road to healing and transformation. That's been the through line to everything I've done. I started out, working with people in a therapeutic capacity, working on their bodies. I was a health educator and a massage therapist in my early 20s. It was my first encounter, and everything that brings. And so being an educator by nature, and then moving on into transformational work for 25 years. And I got into, we call it coaching. I really don't like that word. I think it gets used a lot in there. Everybody's a coach now, but I was working with people in this mentoring, engaging capacity from a very young age. It was just what I was naturally fit. And there was no profession called coaching. The only coaches were basketball coaches. There weren't any people, life coaches and things like that. So I try to steer away from that word. A lot of people say, oh, so you're kind of like a life coach. And I kind of nod my head because to them, I understand what that means, and it's true. We talk about life. It's all connected. But I steer away from generalizing myself that way. So I to keep answering your question, I finally got myself in the realm of horses, and it took a lot of years, but I've been a closet equestrian my entire life. But I really got down and dirty with it probably about 15 years ago. And I finally got my own horse. But it took all of my knowledge in learning. I'm a professional learner, and all of my knowledge in and all of my knowledge in training and exchanging content with people and having meaningful discussions and profound life-changing things. All of these tools I took, and I took my extreme learning ability, and I just went 150 miles an hour, 150% committed to learning and absorbing, not like a casual thing. I got to make up for 20 years of not being as exposed and surrounded by horses. And so I was like SpongeBob, I sponged, and I had some tremendous apprenticeships. For me, I'm a person who learns by doing. So I put myself in the way of some pretty incredible people. I'll just mention, anybody who doesn't know who Carolyn Resnick is, she's a really profound pioneer with humans and horses. And I studied privately with her. I interned or I apprenticed with her privately for 5 months and really got a lot out of that exchange. And there's been some other people, Ben Quinters, and a lot of, just getting with people who've been doing it for 60 years and saying, okay, teach me. I'm your student. And then applying all of that. So my true horsemanship journey is about 15 years old. But my training and understanding of how to communicate, that's my life. That's my life's work. That's what I've been doing my whole life. So I started working with people in horses about almost 10 years ago. I got kind of burned out on being on the phone with people, doing all this mental coaching and helping, entrepreneurs. And I got a little bit burned out because I really am a in-person person. I like to see you. I want to see your body language. I want to see what you're thinking. I don't want you to throw me a line. I want to look at you and say, that's not what you really mean. The body language piece is really clear to me. And I got kind of burned out of being separated and being on a headset. And so I said, I wonder what would happen if I took my clients and I took them out to the horses. I was inventing this. This industry, this whole idea of working with people and horses in this way has sprung up in the past, maybe 10 years or so. There's a lot of people are organizing information and they're putting together, associations and all of this thing. Basically, we're all peers. I mean, those of us who came to this, I came to this through the horse. I didn't come to this through somebody teaching me how to make an important distinction with horse and a person. I came to this because the horses called me. And I said, okay, horses, how can I help these people? How can you help me help someone have a profound aha moment? And so it was the horses, and it was an experiment, and I was making it up. And, a lot of people say, oh, well, where did you go get your training for that? The horses gave me the training. I don't need any other credential other than I am the partner, I'm the facilitator. I'm the voice between the horse and the human. I'm there to get the transmission or the information from the horse and then help the human make a connection with that to say, wow, that's really profound. I can use that in my life.